In short, hello, everyone friends. What must a foreigner do without fail? While in the Philippines, it is of course to eat and try as much Filipino cuisine as possible. That's exactly what I'm going to do this morning. Here, I'm heading to one of the shopping malls in BGC, Makati, or Taguig. In General Manila, there are Filipino restaurants here. I've already been to one of them, and made a video which I will publish but later. And I saw another Filipino restaurant nearby and I'm heading there right now. So, are your friends ready to try Filipino cuisine with me here today? Friends, there are always a lot of people here. I see that. Impossible to get here in the evening. And now, we'll see it's noon in Manila. Saturday is a day off. We are sixth in line and just waiting for our turn to just eat some Filipino food. Is it great or not? Sixth in line and there is time to leaf through the menu. As a foreigner, leafing through this menu, many dishes are unknown to me or I only partially understand what they are. In my country, the cuisine is completely different. Usually I look for a bestseller or ask the waiters for a bestseller. But today I will try to order solely based on my intuition. Since I have not had breakfast yet, and in Russia I am used to eating porridge for breakfast, I will order porridge here. And for lunch I am used to eating soup and some second course, so I will also order soup and possibly pasta. Friends, you need to understand that this is Bonifacio Global City and the prices here are higher than in Manila, but I find them quite normal on average for Bonifacio Global City. I prefer to go to simpler places that I also went to, and at the end of this video I will leave a transition to one of such places in Cebu. As I already said, I will choose a dish by poking a finger in the sky, taking into account the planned breakfast plus lunch. You friends, if you are a Filipino, looking at the scrolling menu, you can probably determine and understand what kind of dishes these are and what you would eat from this and recommend me to eat next time. You understand this better. I want to order this noodles but it looks like it's impossible to eat it all. I don't know if it will fit in my stomach. It looks huge. I wonder if they serve it big or if it's small really. It just looks like a giant mountain of noodles in the picture, if it was noodles at all. Although some dishes here look familiar to me, for example, sisig, which I have already eaten somewhere here in the Philippines. I really like restaurants in the Philippines where the menu is accompanied by pictures of the dish, because for a person who does not understand the names and does not know local dishes, it is very difficult to make a choice, but if there are pictures, as in this case, then I can at least visually evaluate the dish and understand how it will look and imagine a little how it will taste. I have already had the experience more than once when in the Philippines I see dishes and names unknown to me, and there are no pictures and subsequently I ordered it and I did not like all the dishes, I could not eat something because it turned out to be very spicy or turned out to be a very sweet dish or turned out not to be a dish at all but a drink. Therefore, I would like all restaurants to accompany their menus with illustrations of dishes, especially for such foreign tourists as idiots like me. This soup in the picture reminds me a bit of Russian borscht, and that's why I'll order it and try how it tastes. Although I understand that it's not borscht at all, I'm in the Philippines and it's unlikely that this soup comes with sour cream. Look inside, there are no seats at all, and the wait there is very long, 6 people ahead of us. But this restaurant has such an option as eating outside. That is, our tables are also outside next to the restaurant, and we decided that we will not wait so long but just eat outside. Yes, there is no air conditioning outside, but today it is not so hot and I really want to eat already. And how can I prove it here? Look, there is a pen and there is paper with dishes. I'll turn the camera around. Look at this is UBE shape. Let's start with this. Look, in our country there is no UBE, as I already said. I didn't know what that. The first time I tried UBE was in the Philippines. They make a lot of things from this UBE, for example bread and drinks, all kinds of ice cream, and cakes. I really liked it. It's some kind of root vegetable. I recommend everyone to try it if they haven't tried it yet. It's delicious, fantastic. Cold sweet drink. Very tasty. What do you think this is? Do you think this is borscht? In short, friends, this is not borscht. This is the Filipino soup sinigang with watermelon. I've never eaten watermelon soup, so this is the first time. But everything happens. We don't have watermelon soup in Russia, nothing like that. We only have borscht. If you compare soups, red colors, then in Russia only borscht is such a bright red color. I can't remember yet. Okay, let's try this watermelon soup now. It's even a little scary. Tasty. A little sour, but tasty. Here is a large serving. This soup is a medium size. I'm just afraid to imagine how big the size is here. You can choose from small, medium and large. I can't even imagine this. Sinigang is a sour soup. Russians love sour soups. Borscht, cabbage soup, rasolnik. These are all popular Russian sour soups. I think that many Russians will like sinigang in principle. I would eat this soup when I had a cold, a fever, a runny nose and all that. Despite the fact that it is unusual for me, watermelon soup is unusual for me. Big serving again, very big. Look here. The porridge has arrived. I can immediately see that I'm not on a diet. Very big porridge. Very tasty porridge, friends. In general, culture eats different porridge. Let's explain. In Russia, porridge is considered the healthiest food. That's why we usually put it in porridge. Butter, low-fat milk, eggs, and some Russians put fruits and berries in there. Who on a diet cooks this with water?
May mga kuya sa natin na mga misiko natin.
Porridge in the Philippines is just so filling. You can probably get full with just one bowl.
German na. Expectation.
Yung dessert na lang. Ay, tito po. Thank you.
So I feel like I've already had my fill for the whole day with just this one bowl of Filipino porridge. As you can see for yourself, porridge in the Philippines contains a lot of things. There is rice, meat, chicharon, greens. Well, let's sum it up, and here's what I want to say about this Filipino restaurant. So, be careful when ordering in this restaurant because they serve very large portions, and even if you order the smallest portion, it is still very large, even the smallest. These guys don't know when to stop. These guys think you're an eternally hungry bear. They don't know the word a little. I like it, but you know I ate so much that I feel like I'm going to fall asleep and I can barely speak. They feed you here as if, I don't know, to slaughter. Like that big pig. They feed you here with terrible force, just with terrible force. I could hardly eat it all. Too much. And what they brought, there were two of us, as you understand, we ate together. We just ate too much and let's say look. There are still noodles left. I don't know, I feel like I won't be able to finish them. But if you are, I don't know, some kind of hippopotamus who eats and can't get enough, then you definitely need to go to this restaurant. There is a big feed here. Manam, Filipino restaurant. Friends, share your opinion, leave feedback, press all the bells there or whatever you need to press. We'll see you many more times for sure.